Hey everybody, welcome back to Nellie and Ruth Designs. And today I've got another fun little project. I want to wrap up the little section I've been doing on making these Sari Silk Clusters and using these small little mini envelopes. So I hope you stay tuned in because this is a fun project. It's all about Alice in Wonderland. So thanks for watching. I want to thank all of my new subscribers and everybody that has returned and new people that have joined in to watch my videos that haven't subscribed. So I appreciate it all. So let me get another. There we go. More light. So in the midst of, I did a previous video all about my Sari silk that I had purchased, and it was defective and it was breaking on me, and I needed to figure out something to do with it. So I came up with the idea. I saw all these, gals making clusters on their Instagram sites. So I thought I would use my Sari silk, the one that was damaged, to make these little clusters. And they've come out really cute. I want to show you, I had done a previous video on my circles. And I just want to show you on this one here. I took an old Ward's gardening catalog. I had purchased this from a gal out in Washington State, and it's great for your mixed media, collaging, whatever you want to do. It's got fabulous pictures in it, and this is going to be really fun to work with. So I dug this out the other day, and I had made these circles, little pocket circles right here, and the tags. So I wanted all these to go into my gardening journal. So what I did was I grabbed this Ward's catalog, and I went through to see all the different flowers in here. And I cut out, the peonies, daylilies, roses. We have delphiniums, and there was an iris. So I just very simply cut the names out, attached them to the front. And then I found a little picture in there that I fussy cut out. This is of an iris. And I just love these little clusters. I decided this Sari silk was not damaged, but I love the colors, and I just thought it would be great in my gardening journal. So I purchased again some scraps from, I don't know, I'm not sure who these came from. I have a very large piece of fabric that's all crocheted, and I cut all these little medallions out, and I attached them onto this with the little floral charm. So these are the stars, the moons, and the sun. And I have some wonderful postcards that I'm going to use. I'm going to make a junk journal and use these because I have wonderful papers and junk postcards to attach these to. But I wanted to show you these because I think they're so sweet with the little flower attached to them. There's another moon. So I just took these and I clipped them on again with the gourd pin and did the little, so this is the iris. And these will be really cute. So, if I plant iris, then I can, say where I planted them in my garden, what kind. So we have the iris. This is the delphiniums right here. And I think this is just a really, really cute idea. And then when I get enough, this is the peony, pretty little peony. When I get enough new items to put in my gardening book, I'll pull that out and we'll go through. Here's a daylily, and we'll attach these in there, and then the rose. So I just wanted to show you a different way you could make the clusters and use them in a gardening journal. Okay, so before I made those, I made these little Alice in Wonderland clusters with the charms. We have the little rabbit here. You've got your little teapot. This is Alice. These are really cute little charms. We have the key and we have the clock. So what I decided to do with these, I'm just going to set those aside. Again, I wanted to finish using these up. I didn't have a lot. So I came up with the idea again. You can go back in one of my videos, using the outside paper after I punched these tags. Okay. And that's what this tag looks like right here. All right. And this is what is left over when you punch this tag. All right. So it just comes out of here. So again, in a previous video, I had showed you how I used the round leftover, the round and the square. So I wanted to use these. I thought these were just, excuse me, really pretty. So I wanted to do an Alice in Wonderland theme. So I have an old book. I have an old Alice in Wonderland book. And I just pulled out some images and I attached the outside around the images. So that's what we're going to work on today. And then we should be able to make a few little tags. And I wanted to incorporate these. I first thought about putting them on the front, but then I didn't want to cover up the image. If I put it up here, it would cover up Alice I just want something a little different. So I decided to make some tabs right here. And then I attach these on top of the card, the little journaling card. And then I can just tuck it in here. I haven't glued this on yet. I just got done sewing these this morning. Again, I don't like sewing live. I just think it takes up too much time. So I'm going to make one that I'll sew later, but you'll get the idea of how I decide what to use and how to cut it down and all of that. So let's set these aside here. I feel like I'm going too fast today. If I'm going too fast, just let me know. And I will tell you where I got these wonderful images from. So this is what I started out with to create these is the leftover paper from cutting the tags. I'm going to set that there. And then this is your envelope here. And again, you can get these little envelopes at Michael's Crafts. And then I just decided what papers I wanted to use. And I just wanted to be really whimsical and fun. So I picked some, just some whimsical and fun papers. So the first thing that you want to do is, of course, you have to decide the size of your envelope and how you want to cut it down. So these envelopes, again, I think they're 4 inches. Yeah, 4 inches by 3, 4 by 3. So I cut my paper down to put on the front here. I cut it down to 2 3/4 by 3 3/4, which gives you a nice little edge around there. All right. So in order to cut this, I cut right in the middle. I just start there. There's really no rhyme or reason. There's no measuring for these. I just try to, whatever width it is here, I try to judge and do the same width down around the bottom here. All right. And then the same on the side, but sometimes it just doesn't matter to me. What's important to me is how it lays on the paper, where you get, I'll get a little tweezers for this, where you're going to get pretty much even all the way around the side. So again, I don't care if this is a little bit narrower than this. So the next thing I do is I have a few papers here I tore from a book to see which image I wanted to use. These I'll save for, you know, if and when I make a journal. These are just extras. I could use Alice and the Rabbit here. That is a possibility. I could always use, here's the rabbit with the king. So you just kind of look to see what image you would like to use and if it fits in with your decor. But I do like this one with her holding the goose here. And I like the way she lays. I like the way her feet and her head are in each little section there. So I'm going to use this one. And then what I do to cut this is I just grab a pen and I mark around it. I just have to be careful that I don't get any markings. I don't slip. All right. And then I just cut it down because I put this on my, you don't have to. I guess I can just do it by hand. And I go inside the markings. Sometimes I still have to trim a little bit off. And I do it, this is a little awkward. I try to do it this way where I can actually see inside a little bit. That way I know I'm just inside the marks. Kind of upside down and backwards. And then I just measure it to make sure that it won't overhang my sides. And I feel a little rushed today because today is Tuesday, and yesterday morning it didn't start out. I had a great day. I really did have a good day, but I woke up with a tick attached to my my shoulder, and I didn't realize it. And then I just glue this down first. And I didn't realize it until I was having my coffee in the morning. And if you use if you use double side paper, if you don't like the pink, I'm doing a theme, so I want them all to have the pink and the greens on the front. You can always flip it. But again, it gets kind of lost depending on what paper you choose. But again, I'm using the pinks. So I was sitting having my coffee. On Mother's Day, I went outside to do a little gardening. My kids cooked dinner for me. And so while they were cooking, I went outside to plant some flowers. And it was right out up in front of the house. I wasn't, we're in the deep woods, but I wasn't around. And then I just go inside here. I wasn't around the deep woods or anything like that. And, everything was good. Had dinner. Went to bed. I woke up Monday morning. And I'm sitting on the couch watching the morning news, and I'm just turning this over like this because if I don't, the distressed ink gets on this, then it makes a mess. I felt like I had gotten a COVID or a shingle shot. I thought that's weird. And I said, I haven't gotten a shot. Like, why is my arm so sore? Well, maybe I have a ingrown hair. And, it's, how like when you have a little ingrown hair, it comes to a head and you can just take care of it yourself and it'll pop out. And so I went to do that and nope, I pulled my shirt down because it really hurt. I thought, what the heck is going on? And I had a tick attached to me. I was so mad. Of course, I go into panic mode because that's my biggest fear. And my son came right over. I had him remove it. It took him 4 tries to remove it. And I've got the biggest sore. I got the biggest spot. I do not have the bullseye, but I have a really, it looks like how like when little kids get mosquito bites and they itch and itch and itch, and then it forms a scab, and then they pick it and they itch it and itch it and itch it, and then it just leaves like a red welt. Well, that's what I got going on my right arm. And it's still sore today. But I called my doctor immediately, and they sent in a prescription of doxycycline. So I down that, and hopefully I'm okay. But I'm scared to death to get Lyme disease. I mean, all the years I've hiked, and I've never gotten a tick. Then I go out, to plant 3 or 4 potted plants I bought at the nursery, and so I must have gotten it in bed. See, that's what I didn't want to do. Always do, and I forgot because I was jibber jabbering. But if you use your distressed ink and you need to turn it over to press it down, do it on a scrap paper, because it does, I don't know what kind of surface you may work on, but it does come off. So yeah, so I got my doxycycline and I took that, and hopefully I'm okay. And then last night, my husband has a bad back, and he sneezed twice at the dinner table, and he literally threw his back out. So he can barely walk today. He's home with a heating pad and Advil, and I don't know. It's just a calamity of errors. Okay, so this is what you will end up with right here after you get it down. And then you can decide whether you want to stitch or not. On my sewing machine, this is at 2.5 zigzag stitch, and I just wanted to do a little one. I didn't want to do, a big one that went in, so I just did a little accent here. This one I will set aside. I will do this later off camera. I'll finish this one. So once you stitch, it brings you over to this here. And then it's pretty simple. You're just going to attach it however you want. And I think on these, I'm going to use, I will do the outside with some glue, but I'm going to do the inside with my tape. And that just saves on using so much glue. Yeah, so my husband he's always had back issues, and I haven't seen him this bad since my boys were born in 98, and his back went out on him really bad in 2001, 2002. He had to get spinals and everything, so I don't know. He's got to take care of this before he gets depressed. He's always been very active, and he's a big tennis player, and he can't play tennis, and it's bad. He feels bad, and I feel bad. We all feel bad. But he has herniated discs. He has stone quarries, and he mistreated his body for years and years and years in the stone quarry. And then between racquetball and tennis, and he's fallen on the ice, so his back is shot. All right, so this is what your little envelope will be for your journal. And what we can do is we can get all of these. I can get all of these here glued down. And I will put the over here for the tags. Yeah, so I wanted to try to make this video yesterday, which would have been Monday, but it was pretty hectic. I've also started a new workout routine, and I actually did a double set yesterday, double workout. And then my daughter-in-law came over in the afternoon and asked if I wanted to walk with her because she's doing a special workout. It's called the something 75. And she has to have some sort of, she has to have 45 minutes of aerobics each day. So she asked if I wanted to go for a walk. So I'm never going to turn a walk down. So I think we did like about 3 miles yesterday. And we'll walk again this afternoon. That way I can get the girls out too. Get my doodles, because once they go for a big walk, they really settle down nice at night. We don't see or hear them at all. They're pretty tired. And I finished a book. I'll tell you about that in my next video. It was a really nice read. It would be a good summer read for you book lovers out there. But I've really enjoyed Tanya at Tatty Treasures. She's on YouTube, and she said I was going I think she said circle crazy or whatever, and I couldn't resist. I said, don't be a square. So thanks, Tanya, for watching along and joining in on my little crafting world. You got it all going on, girl. Your videos are awesome. But I've really had fun making these little clusters. They're actually kind of addicting when you start. There, okay. So all of the envelopes are completed now, except the one where I'll sew that off camera. Finish that one. And then I can always come back and touch up the corners to make sure that they are down good. All right, so we will set these aside because these are done. Okay. All right. So we'll move on to the tags. And I feel like I'm okay. One. So we got one. Yeah, we've got 1, 2, 3. So we have 3 tags to complete. Now, I was thinking again about using the paper from the books, but seeing that I used them on the front, I didn't want to carry the same theme over inside. I wanted to do something a little different. So I went to Etsy and I was looking for some Alice in Wonderland. Mrs. Coggs Crafts has some lovely, really nice Alice in Wonderland, but it's not, I usually buy from her first, but it's not what would go with what I was doing. So I found, it's called Dots Studio Design on Etsy, and they've got some amazing images, and I really liked the Alice in Wonderland images, so I got their digital downloads. I purchased some tags and then these cute little cards. So this is one of them, and this is what we're going to finish up with here. And they just worked out perfect for the size of these. I didn't have to shrink them. I didn't have to mess with the size of them. I just ran them out on an 8.5 by 11 sheet, and it was all good. So I just have to decide which images, excuse me, which images I'm going to use. And I think I'm going to try, I thought that one was pretty with the green. I definitely want to use this one of Alice. I think that's really pretty. It brings a little nature and it softens some of the other images. I won't use this one because I already have one tag. I have one tag like that, so I'm going to set her aside. This might be kind of fun because of the colors. There's the Cheshire Cat. These are definitely a no. That's the cat again, a little different. This one has the music on it. And we could use the rabbit. The rabbit might be kind of fun. All right, so we're going to set these aside. Well, actually, I need one more. Let's pick one more for this one that I'll be doing. Let's see here. Let's go back through them. That one's kind of fun. I still like this one, though. I think I'm going to do this with the tea party. I think I'm going to go with that one. All right, so I'm going to set these aside. And we can actually make the tag for this one that I have to sew. All right, so these obviously are going to have to be cut down a little bit. So let's do that. And so if this is 4, just shy of 4, I'm going to still call it 4 by 2 3/4. I'm going to want it 3 3/4 because I'm going to want to leave that little overhang by 2.5. So 3 3/4 by a little less than 2.5. So let's see here. Because I have the border, I'm just trying to think. I'll just take 3 3/4. You know the old saying, measure twice, measure 3 times, measure 4 times, cut once. And we're going to just take this off. And I said, what, 2, a little less than 2.5. going? 2.5. And you just kind of want to play with it and eyeball it. And these you're not going to sew around, so that one's good. We'll put that here. I'm not going to cut any off the bottom here because her feet are there. So I'm just going to go up here a bit. There's our 3 3/4. And I'm not taking anything off of the side. And as a matter of fact, I might take just a little tiny bit more to show a couple of those, to show the dots. There we go. So I have a line of dots up at top. This one will go at this side because the okay, that's good. And we're going to take a little bit off of here for that 2.5. In a lot of this, there's really no science to it. There's just a lot of, in my theory, there's a lot of eyeballing it. Okay, 3/4. A little bit more. Just a smidgen. And let's see here. And I think that's, I'm not going to take anything off the sides of that. I think that's good. All right. Okie dokie. All right, so we can get these right on. And then we can play with our tabs. I'm actually doing pretty good on time here. I'm trying to do a little bit better with my time. But I'll tell you, my daughter-in-law, she just, let me get this brown paper. She just finished a bodybuilding competition, and she's been working really hard for a year. She started out just to tone her body, and she's tall. She's 5'9". And she's never been heavy by any means. But she wanted to just tone her body and do something during COVID. And then she really got into it. And she did amazing. And she entered her first bodybuilding competition. So I always used to work out. And then I just started hiking, but at my age, I've lost a lot of, I don't seem to gain muscle. I have told you before in a video, my boys joke with me because of the way I eat. So she put me on where you count all your calories and your protein. I guess it's your macros. I don't understand a lot about it. She's just telling me what to do. And I have 3, good meals a day. Actually 6, but, the other 2 are, really healthy snacks, snack times and things like that. And I find that, with having to do all this meal planning for myself, and then, I really don't have to change up dinner. I just have to think about what I'm putting in my mouth and measure it out still. We had steaks on the grill last night, and I had to measure out how many ounces of meat I had. And I had a good dinner. I had a sweet potato. I had some steak, and I had a sliced tomato, and I had some Bush's baked beans. But you just measure it out. You just don't, dig in and take your normal heaping portion that I always did. But it just takes a lot. It consumes me during the day, trying to figure out what I'm going to eat, but I'm going to stick with it through the summer. But after my booty, my little booty exercising yesterday, oh, my butt is sore. I better not have any flab hanging out of my bathing suit, my bikini bottoms this summer with the way I feel today. Okay, so these tabs that I made for this, I wanted them a little bit longer. I was going to make a tab such as this, and it was just too small. So I made these fun little tabs here, and I did it using this here. This is from EK. Is it EK? I don't know, EK. I want to call it EK Express. It's not EK Express, but this cuts this shape here, and I'm sure a lot of you have this. This was a very popular punch. So I just punched out I did two, so I could double them up. I glued the tops. I'll show you how I did it here, so I could just slide them over the top, which really wasn't, okay, so with me not thinking, the Cheshire Cat is going to be covered up, but that's okay. No big deal. No biggie. So let me show you on these here. And before I glue, I make sure that they line up on both sides. So I just glue these here. And I better get my Fabri-Tac turned upside down to start draining to the bottom, because that's what I use too. And I just glue halfway. Because remember, you want to slide it. You want to slide it on that little tag. And I did distress these. I distressed them before, so I didn't have to do them after. If you do them after and you put your tab on, you're only going to be able to get the top. Make sure you don't glue down too far, because you want to, this is the center, and you want to get it down in that area, okay? So now all you have to do is decide which tabs you want with which tags, with which little cards. So, and this is nice because you can use either side. So I think for here I have two reds. I think I'm going to use this one on here, because we do have some little bit of red down there. And then I'm just going to take that, and I'm going to do my best to glue it around the edges here. And then I just do a little bit down there. You're going to place it, center it. Make sure you square it up. Okay. Okay, so there's one. Okay, let's see here. Maybe I will do this one. Well, I think I'm going to do the red here. The burgundy, it's not red, it's a pretty rose because of this paper. So I'm going to get that on here, situated. Get that glued. Okay, and this is off a little bit, so I'm going to pull this up kind of quickly because this glue, this tacky glue, dries quickly. All right. Say that's already dried. And maybe if you do, the next one we will do on the back side first to make sure that it's all even. Oh, let's see. So this one might be kind of fun like this. Let's try this one. Let's see which side we want. The green. We'll do this one here with a little ladybug. There. And I think we'll do this little sunflower one here. So I'm going to flip that over and just make sure that that looks pretty straight. Because this glitter glue does dry fast. I don't care how much you use. If you can get it to come out. Okay. There. There we go. Must have a little buggered up inside there. But I think these are just adorable. Just a fun project. Okay, so then the last thing we have, and my Fabri-Tac should be good to go. Let me put the top on here. We'll finish these up. And then all you have to decide is which charm. We've got Alice here, so I think I'm going to put Alice here on this one because we've got Alice on this card. She'll be cute there. I'm going to put the teapot on this one. We're going to put the rabbit here on the little rabbit, and we'll put the key here. And all you have to do for these is get out your Fabri-Tac or Eileen's. I'm going to put a little bit of glue, a little dab on the back here. Get it to come off. And you want to hang it where your charm is hanging down at the bottom. Okay. So I got the key. Okay. Come on there, little doggy. And I try to put these towards the top. This is the little key. This is the teapot, which I think is so cute. It hangs down like this. I do just love making these. I just think they are so cute. Get that situated so it's, and then Alice. I'm going to get my cap on this because it's dribbling and drooling out. And then Alice is on here. There you go. How sweet are these? And then you have Alice. So we can slip these. We will save one. I guess it doesn't really matter what goes in what for the time being. And then that way your little sari silk can hang down over your envelope a little bit. And you can make these clusters as large or small as you want. I don't like to make them too big. And it has a nice tab, and it's still sticking up behind the envelope. And just for giggles here, I'm going to stick this one in because this is, I'll finish this, I'll sew this up. And there you have it. There's today's project. Aren't they cute? I think they're adorable. I think they are just adorable, and I hope that you can make some of these. And these I think I'm going to put in my Etsy shop, so look for these. I just don't know if I'm going to, I'm probably going to do the whole set, because if somebody's doing an Alice in Wonderland journal, it would just be really nice to have them all in your junk journal. So there you have it, everybody. Another cute little project for you to play with and create on your own. And thanks for tuning in. Have a great day. It's a beautiful day here. I'm going to get outside and have some fun. And I'll see you in my next video. All right, everybody. Bye-bye.